Canada is one of the most welcoming countries in the world, known for its diversity and multiculturalism. But not every city embraces immigration with open arms. In fact, in some places, locals are growing frustrated, feeling that newcomers are driving up housing costs, taking jobs, and changing communities too fast. In today's video, we're diving into 8 cities in Canada where locals are frustrated with immigrants. Whether it's due to rising real estate prices, cultural clashes, or economic struggles, these cities have seen growing tensions between longtime residents and new arrivals. Are these concerns justified? Or is this just a natural part of a country evolving? Stick around as we break down the cities where immigration has sparked the most controversy. Let's get started. 8. Quebec City, Quebec. Quebec City is one of Canada's most historically rich and traditional cities, but it's also one of the least welcoming to newcomers. Unlike Montreal, which is more multicultural, Quebec City remains overwhelmingly French-speaking and has been resistant to demographic changes. Many locals feel that immigrants don't integrate enough into Quebecois culture, particularly when it comes to learning French. The provincial government has also enforced strict language laws, making it harder for non-French speakers to find jobs or feel included in society. In recent years, debates over immigration in Quebec have intensified, with some political parties pushing for reduced immigration levels, claiming that too much diversity threatens Quebec's unique identity. Hate crimes and discrimination against visible minorities have also been reported, making Quebec City a difficult place for some newcomers. Despite this, Quebec City offers a high quality of life and opportunities for those willing to fully embrace French culture, but for many immigrants, the unwelcoming attitude from locals is enough to drive them elsewhere. Seven. Surrey, British Columbia. Surrey is one of the fastest growing cities in British Columbia, and a major hub for immigrant communities, especially from South Asia. However, this rapid demographic change has caused tensions with longtime residents who feel the city's culture and identity are shifting too fast. Some locals complain that Surrey is becoming too segregated, with distinct ethnic enclaves where English is rarely spoken. Housing prices have also skyrocketed, and many blame wealthy foreign investors and new immigrants for driving up costs, making it harder for local-born Canadians to afford homes. Surrey has also struggled with rising crime rates, and while there's no direct link between crime and immigration, some residents blame newcomers for the city's gang violence problem. This has fueled resentment and led to growing anti-immigrant sentiment in certain neighborhoods. Despite these challenges, Surrey remains one of the most diverse cities in Canada, with a strong economy and job opportunities. But for some locals, the speed of change has been overwhelming, leading to an uneasy divide between longtime residents and new arrivals. 6. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Winnipeg has long been known for its affordability and strong community spirit, but in recent years, tensions between locals and immigrants have increased. As more newcomers settle in the city, especially from the Philippines, India, and Africa, some longtime residents feel that Winnipeg's economy isn't keeping up with population growth. Job competition has intensified, and public services like healthcare, schools, and transit are feeling the strain. There's also a racial divide in the city, with many indigenous residents feeling overlooked as resources are directed toward new immigrants. This has led to resentment and frustration, with some blaming immigration for the city's economic and social struggles. At the same time, Winnipeg has a strong support network for newcomers, and many immigrants have thrived in the city. But the tension between old and new communities remains an issue, one that Winnipeg will need to address if it wants to maintain its reputation as a welcoming city. Hamilton, Ontario. Hamilton has transformed from a blue-collar steel town into a booming real estate market, attracting both immigrants and young professionals. But not everyone is happy about the changes. One of the biggest concerns is housing prices. With an influx of newcomers, real estate values have soared, pushing longtime residents out of their own neighborhoods. Many locals blame foreign buyers and immigrants for overpricing the market, even though there are multiple factors at play. There's also resentment over job competition. Many manufacturing jobs have disappeared, and locals feel that immigrants are willing to work for lower wages, making it harder for them to find employment. Additionally, some believe that certain communities hire within their own cultural groups, making the job market seem unfair. While Hamilton has benefited from immigration in terms of economic growth and development, some locals feel that they are being left behind. Edmonton, Alberta. Edmonton is one of Canada's most diverse cities, but in recent years, locals have expressed frustration over the rapid changes in demographics. One of the biggest concerns is job competition in the oil and service industries. As Alberta's economy has struggled, many local-born workers feel that immigrants are taking too many available jobs, especially in fields like construction, trucking, and retail. Housing is another issue. Some longtime residents believe that immigration has led to overcrowding in certain neighborhoods, making it harder for locals to find affordable housing. Others complain about cultural differences, arguing that newcomers don't always integrate into Canadian customs. Despite these frustrations, Edmonton remains a hub for skilled immigrants, especially those working in technology and healthcare. However, for some locals, the pace of change has been difficult to accept. 3. Calgary, Alberta. Calgary has long been known for its oil-driven economy and conservative values, but in recent years, the city has experienced a major demographic shift due to immigration. While many celebrate Calgary's diversity, others feel that the city is changing too fast. One of the biggest concerns is job competition. As the oil industry has struggled, many local-born Canadians feel that immigrants are taking too many jobs in other sectors, such as construction, retail, and tech. This has led to resentment, especially among working-class residents. Another major issue is housing affordability. With more newcomers arriving each year, housing prices have climbed, forcing many locals to move further away from the city center. Some also complain about cultural differences, arguing that certain communities are not integrating as well as they should. Despite these complaints, Calgary remains a top destination for immigrants, offering strong job prospects and a high quality of life. But for some locals, the rapid changes have been difficult to accept. 2. Vancouver, British Columbia. Vancouver is one of the most desirable cities in the world, but it's also one of the most expensive, and many locals blame immigration for that. With an influx of wealthy foreign investors, particularly from China, real estate prices have skyrocketed, forcing many residents to either leave the city or live in cramped, unaffordable conditions. This has created resentment toward newcomers who buy up properties but don't contribute to the local economy. Beyond housing, some locals feel that Vancouver has become too segregated, with distinct ethnic communities that don't always integrate with the broader population. The cultural shift has led to tensions, especially in neighborhoods that were once predominantly Canadian-born. Despite these issues, Vancouver remains a global city that attracts people from all over the world. But for some locals, the economic and cultural changes brought by immigration have made it feel like a different place entirely. 1. Toronto, Ontario. Toronto is Canada's largest and most diverse city, but it's also where anti-immigrant sentiment has been growing the most. Housing affordability is one of the biggest complaints. With Toronto attracting immigrants from all over the world, the demand for housing has skyrocketed, pricing many locals out of the market. Some believe that wealthy foreign buyers and investors are making things worse, buying up properties and leaving them empty. Beyond real estate, many Torontonians feel that job competition has become unfair, with certain industries favoring immigrants from the same cultural background. Others complain that the city's overcrowded transit system, hospitals, and schools are struggling under the weight of rapid immigration. Despite these frustrations, Toronto remains a global metropolis, and immigration has undeniably contributed to its success. But for many locals, the pace of change has created resentment and a sense of being pushed out. Immigration has played a massive role in shaping Canada, but it hasn't always been smooth. In many cities, locals feel overwhelmed by rising costs, job competition, and cultural changes, leading to growing resentment. However, it's important to recognize that immigration also brings innovation, economic growth, and diversity. While tensions exist, Canada remains one of the most welcoming countries in the world, though some cities are struggling with the transition more than others. What do you think? Are locals justified in their frustrations, or is this just a growing pain of a diverse country? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.